If you were to die today, would you be okay with what you've left behind and what you've done thus far? Now, we all know that legacy isn't really something that's permanent, right? At some point, the sun's going to explode. Your great-grandkids or beyond, they're not even going to remember who you are, right? Like, I really don't know anybody past my great-grandfather. And even if you were to do something so substantial in society that warranted getting a statue built or something like that, who's to say that some other neighboring country doesn't come in and topple that thing over? So take a look at your life and where you're spending your time and energy, right? So for example, I was in my mid-30s before I ever started training jiu-jitsu. And for a time I, did a stint in the Marine Corps, and that satisfied my warrior ego. But then, I started running a business. I was starting to get fat and out of shape, and didn't really have anything like any kind of discipline that required discipline from myself, right? And so I got into jiu-jitsu, and by now I put in like 7 or 8 years in that. And if I were to die today, for example, in terms of, having lived out that warrior archetype, I would be content because I put years into one of the things that I wanted to do. And I look at my career, before I was ever a dating coach, I really was just earning money, but I wasn't putting a consistent amount of effort into the things that mattered to me. But ever since I started helping guys, figure out how to get their ideal woman into their lives, I feel like whatever I'm leaving behind, however much or little it's looked at, is something that I can be proud of, that it has meaning, at least to me. So where are you spending your time and energy? If you were to die today, are you leaving something behind, however much or little it's actually going to be recognized? Whatever you're leaving behind, which is your essence, the time that you spend on this planet, the resources that you had to spend, did you spend them in such a way that you could be proud of by the time the books are closed? And specifically, one area of life that I ask you to consider with this is when you were a kid and you could close your eyes, you start thinking about, what type of woman that you would end up with as your wife, okay? Did you accomplish what you wanted to accomplish in terms of your ride or die life partner? Or even just having the kind of experiences that you wanted with women in general? If you're still on that journey and you're looking for guidance with putting all this stuff together, follow me for more dating advice.